Hello everyone, it is the Gaming Weasel back again with Is Warframe worth playing in late 2021, sort of early 2022, depending on when you watch this video, so it's really dependent on when you see this, but I'm going to be talking about the general principle of Warframe, what it is, what do you have to do, and what's going on. Let's say you're a new player or a returning player, you just want to know, is it worth coming back, or is it even worth investing the time and I guess that little extra gigabyte of hard disk space or SSD space to try it out? Well, I'm gonna name a couple of things and talk about a couple of things that I've listed here, but mostly gonna wing it because I kind of love it that way, it makes it more spontaneous. And first thing is going to be, what is Warframe? So you probably watched a couple of videos, probably, you know, just check out some gameplay, checked out the trailer or two, and then you might be wondering, what is this game even about? Well, basically, you're a space ninja with 4 abilities and your primary, secondary, and melee weapon, and the principle is to kill enemies, gather their resources, gather their credits, and then sort of rinse and repeat. And build better weapons, build better warframes, build different warframes, build yourself a spaceship, you can even do that. Go play in the open worlds as well, try to kill some people there. Build the necromech, which is basically a mech that allows you to kill things even more efficiently. So generally, the point of this game is to upgrade yourself and make yourself a killing god. So, or maybe in some situations, let's say an enemy controlling god, that you control the enemies and they do your bidding. But yes, there's a lot of variations out of Warframe, weapons and Warframe wise. And there's a lot of stuff to do, believe me. I have played this game for 7 years. I have around 2,000 something hours on Steam, but I did play the game when it wasn't on Steam as well. So you can put a lot of hours inside of this game, believe me. If you get hooked in the first, let's say, 10 hours or maybe like 3 or 4 hours, if you get hooked, if you like the lore, if you like the principle of the game, you're gonna get hooked and you're gonna have more hours than I do on my Steam account. But okay, I explained what Warframe basically is. You have different mission types. So you have like mission types like Interception, which is basically capture the flag with 4 flags that you have to hold and keep the enemies to not control those flags. You have capture missions where you capture one target and then you run around, go to the extraction. You have extermination missions, survival, defense. You have disruption missions, a lot of different missions to play, and to be perfectly honest with you, because this is the point of this video, the maps are going to be generated in a way, they have certain, I guess, map pieces that are assembled in different sort of ways that the maps don't feel samey. Honestly, over the 7 years that I played, the game changed so much, the tile sets changed as well, the graphics as well. Honestly, I don't feel like I'm playing the same mission over and over again. Some missions are the same because of the structure itself, because, for example, defense and interception missions are generally the same, just so you kind of know the layout. Those might get boring, but you just, can play something else, like, let's say, a capture mission or extermination mission where the tile set is changed, and then come back to that defense mission when you need to play it. So honestly, even defense missions don't feel samey for me. Knowing the tile set is okay in some situations and knowing where enemies spawn, so that can be useful as well. So missions, I talked about those. Resources, weapons, mods, and warframes is the next topic. There's a lot of resources. There's rare ones, there's really rare ones. There is, of course, common resources, and the resources are mostly used for crafting weapons, crafting warframes, new tools, for example, and crafting some other, bits and doodads. Now, weapons, of course, are used to kill enemies, and there's thousands of them. There's between the primary, melee, and secondary, also necromech and archwings, which there are archwings. Archwings are basically your wingsuits, which you can play in some space style sets as well. So that's really cool. With this, you can craft a lot of cool things. Recently, in the update that came out, I think 5 days ago, so November the 11th, or the 12th, I'm not quite sure. They changed up a couple of things. They lowered the resource demands for Railjack, which are spaceships, and Necromechs, which are mechs, of course. They lowered those resources. They added sort of like a beginner guide type of thing to, point you towards the right direction, like play this mission or play this quest or go do that. So that's really cool as well. So lowering the resources cost of some items is really, really cool. Some things are quite needy and tedious to get, of course, and it's going to take a little bit longer. I mean, most of the stuff is RNG based, and I will be talking about pay to win in the middle of a later topic, just later in the video. But basically what I have to say about that is Warframe is not pay to win, it is pay to grind less, sort of. Platinum, the currency that you buy with real life money, can be obtained by trading your primed weapons, mods, and Warframes with other people. I'll talk about those in a second. So, and other stuff as well, like some ordinary weapons, some mods and stuff like that. You can get platinum pretty easily, and if you find a good way, maybe on YouTube, maybe on my channel as well. I do have, I think, like around 3 videos or 4 videos on platinum earning. You can definitely go and make some easy platinum. But mods are put on Warframes and your weapons to increase some stats like critical damage, some let's say ordinary damage. You can put elemental mods like fire, cold, electricity, toxin. You can also increase the reload speed if you want to, and you can customize your weapons and your Warframes to your gameplay, your playstyle, and your liking. So yeah, primed mods, weapons, and Warframes are basically a better variant of the default variant, and you can get those by doing all sorts of different types of things. Open worlds, there's 3 of them. You can play all 3 of them almost at the beginning. You do need to unlock the planets and the nodes. The nodes are sort of the I guess points of interest, I guess you can call them like that. I don't really know. Missions, basically missions. And then once you fulfill the certain missions to go to a junction, which will let you go on to the next planet, you can go on to some open worlds. You have 3 open worlds, as I said. Plains of Eidolon, which is on Earth, which is the beginning planet. You have 1 on Venus, which is Fortuna, and then you have 1 on Deimos, which is the Heart of Deimos. I actually kind of forgot. Necrolist, there you go. And you can play those 3. There's all sorts of resources to get here, some mining as well, some fishing, some hunting, rare animals as well. Of course, there's bounties, which will allow you to increase the standing with the certain open world, I guess, families and or I guess clans, whatever you want to call them. There are clans inside of the game. They will allow you to get some new weapons, some new Warframes as well, so join a clan if you can, and basically that is it. The lore inside of the game is very, very good, I think. There hasn't been a big storyline quest in ages, but in December the new war will be dropping, which I'm not going to spoil any of it. It is going to be a big quest, and it is going to finish off the trilogy of some quests, which, as I said, I'm not going to spoil for you guys, but that is basically it. Pay to win, that's one of the aspects I want to talk about. As I said, it's not pay to win. You can get yourself platinum and buy stuff with platinum, but you can definitely, anything that a player who spends platinum on the game can get, you can get free as well. It's just going to take you probably a little bit longer or a little bit shorter even. As I said, or it is sort of RNG based, so you don't have to worry about the game being paid to win. Now, let's say a returning player. Well, the Kuvalich system exists. The Kuvalich system is basically going to be you having an arch nemesis that you have to go through nodes, kill their little minions, and then you're gonna, of course, get yourself a Kuva weapon or a tenant weapon. There's Corpus and or Grenier Kuva Liches, or as I said, Corpus Liches. So you can kill those and you can get yourself some cool weapons and some cool ephemeras, which basically increase your look. And of course, we all know Warframe endgame is going to be fashion frame. But yeah, those systems came out, a lot of new weapons, a lot of cool little knickknacks and doodads, and Warframes, a lot of Warframes came out. So basically, as a returning player, you know, it really depends. There is hours and hours and hours of gameplay for even new and old players alike, so it really depends on what you want to do and how you want to do it. If I was a returning player, which I was once, I would definitely recommend you come back to the game just so you can catch up a little bit. Believe me, I decided not to play Warframe for a couple of months, and when I saw the new content come out, I have been addicted since. I had to pull all the way. So when Kuvaliches were added, which was I think almost 2 years now or something like that, I literally grinded up everything just so I can get to the point where I would be if I played the game consistently. So it's sort of an addiction. You're sort of going to come back if you really enjoy the game, so you don't have to worry about that in any way, shape, or form. And I would definitely recommend you come back to the game and meet new people. I've met many people, my subscribers, I've been talking to them and playing with them as well, so that is really cool. So, to sum this all up, is Warframe worth starting and coming into? Yes, I mean, it's free to play. You can get it on almost every single platform. You can get it on actually almost anything except mobile. Mobile is yet to come. Crossplay will be added, so you can play with your friends, not depending on what they have. And I would definitely recommend you start playing the game. At least try it. Try for a couple hours. If you don't like it, if you have someone who's going to help you, then I think you're going to be hooked, and it's going to be very, very great. So definitely do try it out. It's free to play, and if you're a returning player, definitely come back to see some of the new content they've been adding in. And this has been the Gaming Weasel. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. It always helps out, and I love answering your comments. And I will see you guys on the next one. The Gaming Weasel, over and out.